What's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Thriller, and welcome everyone to Impact Wrestling Review, the show from April 12th, 2019. They were at Windsor, Ontario, Canada, with Don Callis and Josh Matthews on commentary. Now, I want to say this too. Last week, I made a mistake there. Well, actually, not last week. Well, I'll talk more about that when I get to it. But last episode of Impact Wrestling, I believe it was back in. I believe, or if I'm not mistaken, April 5th. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was April 5th. On the Friday, basically. Yes, it was. Because I remember WrestleMania was on April 7th. So there you go. So yeah, April 5th. I made a mistake by saying that they were in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. They're not going to Toronto yet. They're actually going to Toronto at Rebellion. What I meant to say was they were in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. So basically, they're going to be in Windsor, Ontario, Canada for the latest tapings for Impact Wrestling for the go home show. I mean, for the build-ups. I meant to say build-ups for Rebellion. But yeah, just want to get that out of the way and just make that correction because I made a mistake here. So my apologies for that. So yeah. And also what pertains to not be able to get this up on time, April 12th, 2019's edition of Impact Wrestling. I apologize for that. I was doing some other things too, basically what pertains to WWE. For those who see my uploads on my channel on the Natural Born Thriller, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So I apologize for that, and then what pertains to this show, I was actually working on. No, actually, now I remember now. I was not working, but I actually fell asleep around that time. So I missed the entire show. I mean, I didn't miss the whole show. I could have watched the middle of the show from around 11, something like that, but I chose not to. I wanted to wait, till I watch the entire show next time, whenever I get the time, and I did get that time. After watching it, I got switch a cap here, folks. And I'm switching the cap to this cap. As you see, it says Raw. And no, this is not not Raw cap. This is actually a cap, where it pertains to, natural rolling papers, as you can see, and and yeah, don't take the wrong, don't let this cap, me wearing this cap fool you, folks. I don't smoke weed. I don't do drugs. I drink. I drink beer, I drink alcohol, I drink liquor, I drink booze. But the one thing I don't smoke cigarettes, I don't smoke cigars, I don't smoke weed, I don't do drugs. Why am I wearing this cap though? Even though it's supposed to it's supposed this with me wearing this cap, it means I do weed, right? I smoke weed and everything. No, that's not the case. I bought the cap because I thought it was a pretty cool cap, and plus it reminds me of Raw, the logo of Raw. Back in the days of the Attitude Era. So just want to put that out. But those days are long and gone, folks, because we're in a new Raw where it sucks. And the reason I'm wearing this Raw, and I will wear this on this same cap when I get to the Raw review where it pertains to the Superstar Shakeup results. But that being said, also, why am I wearing this cap on during this Impact Wrestling review? Even though I was supposed to be wearing this. I'll get to that when I get to it. But, as the time goes by, I'm going to keep this cap on till we get to it. And it's going to blow your minds, folks, about how I reacted to it, off air during the live reaction of the when of Mr. Ricky J21 when he did his live reaction of Impact Wrestling from again April 12th, 2019, which unfortunately I wasn't able to be a part of it, to watch along with them. For those who were there, like Devin as well. But I did catch on later on, and I'll get to it when I get to it, folks. But let's get right into it. So we get the opening match between Moose versus Wentz of the Rascals, being accompanied by Dez and Trey. Highlights of the match: Wentz with a Hurricanrana for the earlier ongoing. Moose catches Wentz in midair, but as Wentz fights him off and sends Moose into the stern ring post, basically protecting Moose ring post spot because he's a big man. Moose hits the big delay drop kick in the corner. Wentz flies over the top rope to the floor. Taking out Moose, who was playing into the crowd. Wentz went for a springboard corkscrew, but somehow Moose gets out of one. Basically powering up. Basically, Moose launches Wentz over the top rope to the floor as he crashes onto the other members of the Rascals. Moose connects with the spear and gets a 3 count in the win. So your winner, Moose. And the next Impact Wrestling show, which is I'll give that review when I get to it. It will be Moose versus Dez. We see a video package of a soon returning Rob Van Dam. By the way, who does this because he loves smoking the joint. He loves smoking weed. The 420, But yeah, RVD, he's coming back. And as you can see, folks, with RVD, he looks like he's aging at this point. But is he still the same RVD? Based on how I've seen it, he looks like he's winding down. So we'll see how RVD shows basically let's see if he is the old RVD, But we'll see how that turns out. Excuse me. Tessa Blanchard confronts Master Rain, who has returned to Impact Wrestling. And I think it was something about Tessa Blanchard talking about Master Rain, trying to relive her glory days and everything, and talking about how she lost to Jordan Grace. And I see myself, you lost to her too. Like, what the? And the Master Ray basically remind her that she beat her twice last year, which is ridiculous, by the way. And then it led to a match between the two, and we'll get to that later. Next we get to Su Yung versus Rosemary. My expectations to this match was high. Not high like this, but still, it was very high to see how this match performed. Especially with Rosemary wrestling her first one-on-one match since returning. And after seeing this match, I was very disappointed. This match was not that good. Rosemary looked like she's not her old self anymore. And maybe because of her injuries, maybe because she started getting more thick. But she's not the same Rosemary that I've seen perform in the past before. I mean, still love the character, still love the nostalgia of Rosemary. Pretty cool chick. With her gimmick that she keeps that she keeps kayfabe alive, but her in-ring work is not that good anymore, unfortunately. But hey, I still enjoy her character though. She's a very good actress for that too. But that being said, the match ended in no contest. As Kiera Hogan came out there and was fighting along with Rosemary. The Undead Bridesmaid took both of them down. Rosemary takes out. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I meant to say. Su Yung takes out Rosemary and then took out Kiera Hogan with the pan switch. And there you go. Nothing to say about that. And we'll get to more about Kiera Hogan and Rosemary from the next episode of Impact Wrestling. When I do that review. We see Austin Ace, who blames Aiden Prince for costing him the Exhibition Championship. The Exhibition Scramble match. I meant to say, excuse me, from the April 5th, 2019 edition of Impact Wrestling. I meant to say, and I guess that's going to lead to a feud and maybe a match for Rebellion. I mean, it hasn't been confirmed yet, but we'll see if it does be confirmed. But only time will tell. Maybe in the home show it will, but we'll see. We see backstage, Killer Cross, sitting right next to Willie Mack for some odd reason. Just about, do you like jazz? And like, wait, what? Huh? Like, where's he going with this? And he was like, jazz is a good music and everything. And at the time, I was thinking to myself, oh, you mean the wrestler jazz? Because she's still wrestling, by the way. But no, it wasn't that jazz. It was just the music jazz. And then Killer Cross brings up a point of this where it pertains to Willie Mack's relationship with Rich Swann. And like, oh, okay, I see. He's trying to stir the pot here between between Willie Mack and Rich Swann. So, but Willie Mack didn't take the bait, obviously, and this is gonna lead to more of it when we get to the next Impact Wrestling review when I get a chance to do that one. We see the Deaners with their video package. With them coming soon to Impact Wrestling. I don't remember what they did in this segment, but I think it was something about drinking beer or something like that, and then I don't know. I think drinking light beer was a bad thing, and you should be drinking dark beer or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember what it was, but I think remember at the time I thought it was entertaining. So, there you go. Nothing to say about that. Then we get to the next match. We get the North, which is Ethan Page and Josh Alexander. Excuse me. I had to go up against El Reverso and Shelton Jean. Match itself, I thought was pretty good. Obviously a tag team match. And the enhancement talents in this match, obviously those going to lose to the North, which is, by the way, is a tag team that's been made since Ethan Page and Josh Alexander's days in Canada. And I can see why they were a good tag team, and I thought they worked pretty well as a tag team. But as far as this match was, how's the match? Alexander hits his reversal. El Reverso. He hits El Reverso with a twisting facebuster. Alexander hits a sick powerbomb backbreaker to El Reverso. El Reverso gets a hot tag to Shelton Jean, who hits Ethan Page with a springboard clothesline. Ethan Page and Josh Alexander hits their Fury double team offense. El Reverso goes to the top rope moonsault and taking out both Ethan Page and Josh Alexander. Ethan Page, the North, put El Reverso away with a unique tag team move and gets the win. Now I don't remember how it looked, but all I remember is that it was a good tag team match. The North of Ethan Page and Josh Alexander wins, and basically Ethan Page is all ego, and Josh Alexander is the walking weapon. Yeah, that was a good match. Then we get to Tessa Blanchard versus Madison Rayne with Gail Kim on commentary. All I can say one thing about Gail Kim on commentary is that for some reason her I think it was her right eye was not looking that good. It was the same thing that I felt about when I saw Carmella from the SmackDown at the Mania with her eye. For some reason, looks doesn't look, one of her eye didn't look right. And then I see Gail Kim with her eye not looking right either. But besides that, highlights of the match between Madison Rayne and Tessa Blanchard. Madison Rayne hits a huge top rope hurricanrana. Tessa turns around with a vicious elbow, running elbow, meant to say, excuse me, followed by a drop kick. Tessa continues to get into the face of Gail Kim, by the way, during the course of the match. And by the way, what pertains to Gail Kim on commentary, kept saying that Tessa Blanchard takes cheap shots and shortcuts, and I'm like, what is this? Tessa Blanchard doesn't take shortcuts. This is annoying me to no end, folks. They've been doing this since Bound for Glory. After Bound for Glory, basically, where Tessa Blanchard cheats to win. She takes shortcuts. No, she doesn't. I feel like I'm watching a Monday Night Raw show with a Monday Night Raw booking. Because of the way they're saying that Tessa Blanchard, she takes shortcuts and then blah blah blah. But Tessa hits a core breaker out in the corner, and I think from that move, I'm assuming it was from that move. I could be wrong, but Gail Kim's like, not surprised that she didn't win with that move. And like, what is this? What is this slander on Tessa Blanchard for? So Tessa continues to to taunt Gail Kim as Tessa went for Gail Kim's finishing move to eat defeat, but Madison Rayne counters. No, actually, Tessa got the move on. My apologies, but then went with it though, and then Gail Kim, I'm pretty sure it wasn't that one. I'm pretty sure it was from the corporate part that Gail Kim was like, not surprised. I think when they eat defeat, Gail Kim was probably annoyed with that one. But Master Rain hits a crucifix bomb for a near fall. Just attempts to use a steel chair. Really? And then Gail Kim goes in to stop her. That caused a distraction for Master Rain to roll her up and the 3 count in the win. And like, what? What? Master Rain wins again? This is 3 times that she's beaten Tessa Blanchard. What? Holy what is going on here? So then we get to OVE with an OVE cam sending a message to Rich Swann. I thought it was alright. And this time, Madman Fulton was not strapped on his chair. So I guess that's a positive right there, right? Tessa Blanchard says something about because of what Gail Kim did, what pertains to get involved in Master Rain's match, and her, with her and Master Rain's match. She's going to take things personal now. Whatever that, and I like what she means by that. And we'll find out when we get to the next review of Impact Wrestling. Then we go backstage with Eli Drake and Eddie Edwards. They request a tag team championship match against Lucha Brothers, and basically confront the Lucha Brothers, let them know they want a tag team title shot. And then LAX shows up, and also we get a big brawl between Lucha Brothers and LAX. I'm loving this feud, folks. I'm loving that they continue this feud. I'm loving that this one of the so far, in my opinion, the best feud in Impact Wrestling right now pertains to Lucha Brothers and the LAX. Next to LAX and the OGs, this ends up being one of my favorite ones as well. Besides, the one with Sami Callihan, with his things that he did last year with Eddie Edwards, and then we're holding with the Lucha Brothers, OVE and Lucha Brothers and everything. Oh man. But yeah, there you go. Falaba, he was backstage trying to look for Scarpado, and then he goes to a woman's locker room, which, by the way, it said woman's changing clothes room. Where I don't know, it was weird the way it said it. Like, I feel raw segment. I feel like it was a raw segment. So I hear a scream, and it sounds so unoriginal, sounded organic. I'm like, what? Like, that was like a. I don't know what to describe what it was, folks. Hold on a second. Okay, sorry about that. But Scarpado ends up finding Falaba, and then Falaba talking to her by saying "ba," and then at first she couldn't understand him, and then he kept saying "ba," and now all of a sudden she understands Falaba. Basically, Falaba was saying to Scarpado, "Thank you," because now Scarpado understands what he says now. And by the way, KM is no longer in Impact Wrestling anymore, folks. I don't know why. He's not part of Impact Wrestling anymore. I don't know if he was released. I don't know if he's doing something behind the scenes of Impact Wrestling. I don't know. But that's but the whole thing with Falaba and KM, the tag team, never was a fan of it. And the whole thing with Falaba, were pertains to going up against the Destiny Squad from the last time of Impact Wrestling, and then Scarpado getting involved with that one. I see myself, where's Kim in all this? And that I find out that Kim's not there anymore. Basically no longer on the roster. I guess he's still part of Impact Wrestling, but not part of the roster of it. Basically, I don't know. Maybe an ambassador. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what. But the point is, there's no more the team of KM and Falaba. Now it's a team of Scarpado and Falaba. But they're going to end up having a tag team match against the Destiny Squad in the next Impact Wrestling, which I'll do that review when I get a chance. Alright, let me do something here, folks. Sorry, folks. I was eating something. I'm getting ready to talk about something right now. Let me just drink this first. British iced tea in this cup. All right. So before we get to the main event match, we get an interview by Melissa Santos to the Impact World Champion Johnny Impact and the Impact Knockouts Champion Taya Valkyrie, because they're about to do their interview what pertains to their opponents in the main event, which is Brian Cage and Jordan Grace. So, and I'm gonna give you folks what pertains to Giant Impact. I'm gonna give you folks Giant Impact's new name for that I thought of for him, which it fits him right, by the way, folks, based on his booking and his performance in Impact Wrestling. But I'll get to it later on. I'll get to it before I get to this whole segment thing. So basically, Giant Impact is talking about Brian Cage being a dumb meathead, and then talking about smart marks, and I see myself trash. He's garbage. His promo's garbage. He's garbage. Him being a champion is garbage. His heel turners is garbage. Johnny Impact is garbage. He's trash. And I got a new name for him. But before I get to his new name, let me first get to Taya Valkyrie now. And then Taya Valkyrie talks about how the whole team with Brian Cage and Jordan Grace teaming up and everything. They look apart. They look like they're built together. They're built same time and everything and all that. And they go to the gym and all that. To work on their bodies. On their workout routine or whatever. I was into that effect. And then Taya Valkyrie said that Brian Cage and Jordan Grace look like they could be a good couple because they got something in common. And then Taya gets to Melissa Santos' face by saying, "Don't you agree, Melissa?" And some of you may not caught that about what Taya was doing that to him, doing that to Melissa Santos, because Melissa Santos and Brian Cage are together. They have a child together, and that's why Taya Valkyrie went up to the face of Melissa Santos and say, "Don't you agree?" I thought that was wow. That was a savage. That was a savage promo there by Taya Valkyrie. So Taya Valkyrie's promo was good. Unlike Johnny Impact's promo was trash. And now for my new name for Johnny Impact. Now for those you may not know your wrestling knowledge, I'm pretty sure but for those who do know, I'm pretty sure you remember who Mark Merrill is, right? In WWF, he was known as the Wow Man Mark Merrill, but then also he became the Marvelous Mark Merrill. But before that, he was in WCW. He was not called Mark Merrill. He was called Johnny B. Bad. And the reason why he was called Johnny B. Bad is because they wanted to, a cool name to fit his character in WCW. And they thought about this artist, the singer basically, Johnny B. Good. So there's a singer called Johnny B. Good, and then you had Mark Merrill, who was once called in WCW Johnny B. Bad. And now for Johnny Impact, now he's no longer. Now when I say this name, he's no longer Johnny Impact now. Now he is Johnny B. Trash. That name fits him very well, because Johnny B. Trash from Trash Town, USA, California, he is the B. Trash World Champion, Johnny B. Trash, because he's trash. His promo's trash. He's trash. His performance trash. His heel runs is trash. His world championship runs trash. He's trash. He's trash. Taya Valkyrie's promo, on the other hand, I thought was good. It was a savage line there, what pertains to Melissa Santos, rubbing her face by saying Brian Cage and Jordan Grace look like they make a great couple. I thought that was a good promo there. So here we go. We're off to this main event. It's the B. Trash World Champion Johnny B. Trash from Trash Town, USA, California, and his partner, tag team partner, the Impact Knockouts champion, Taya Valkyrie, Estrella Loca, I meant to say, versus Brian Cage, the Machine Brian Cage, and Jordan Grace. Now I don't know what her nickname is yet. I don't remember if she even have a nickname, but anyways, but yeah, basically a mixed tag team match. Let me first say this: Johnny B. Trash in this match was trash. He's garbage. Taya Valkyrie, on the other hand, I thought she looked pretty good in the match. This is coming from someone like me who said Taya Valkyrie looked like she lost her touch in the ring. Look like she's getting her touch back now. How long is that's gonna last? I don't know. But I thought she did pretty good. She did way better than her piece of trash husband, Johnny B. Trash. Oh my god. But yeah, Johnny B. Trash. Sorry, folks. He barely did anything in the match. I mean, he did some moves and everything, but he was also running away and blah 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 blah. Nothing else to say about the match. Jordan Grace, I thought she did good, and I got to call out Johnny B. Trash on this one too. So Jordan Grace was going for a dive onto Johnny B. Trash, right? Johnny B. Trash catches her, and he's supposed to go forward, take a DDT bump on the floor, and almost hurt Jordan Grace. Look at Jordan Grace was going to land on her arm, and basically almost like dislocated her shoulder because of Johnny B. Trash decided to fall frontwards, to fall backwards like this, to fall like this, like what are you doing? You see, this is what. Well, luckily she didn't get hurt. And then Taya Valkyrie took out Jordan Grace after that. And then it was between Brian Cage and Johnny Impact. Or should I say Johnny B. Trash. Sorry, folks. My eyes for some reason bother me. So Brian Cage is going for the win here, right? I'm assuming he's going for the drill claw, right? And then all of a sudden, I couldn't believe what I just saw here. The referee, Johnny Bravo, chops block him. When I saw that, like what? And then Johnny Impact picks the win with a kick, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Now, for those who don't know, when I was watching it off air, on the Hangouts, because I didn't get a chance to watch it do a live reaction with Mr. Rick and J 21 on his channel on the live reaction. Now, when I saw this happening, I was upset. I wanted to get mad about that, but at the same time, I started laughing. I started laughing uncontrollably. I feel like I was broke. This Impact Wrestling just broke me. I couldn't help it. I had to see that stupidity of a booking where a referee out of nowhere just screwed over Brian Cage. I couldn't help myself but to laugh at it. I wanted to get angry about it, but but then I started cracking. I started dying laughing instead. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened with me when that happened. But I lost my shit. I lost my mind. They fucking broke me. For one thing, why did Johnny Bravo do this? It makes no fucking sense whatsoever. What? It didn't do anything leading up to it. But I'll get to more of that when I do the next review of Impact Wrestling. But there was no signs of Johnny Bravo doing this to Brian Cage. And then on top of that, Giant Impact gets the win. That's another thing too. Giant Impact always fucking wins. He always wins everything. He never loses anything. He wins everything that they put him in there out there to win. No matter how you look at it, he always wins. That's what and that's why I couldn't help oh my god, this is ridiculous. Well, not just because of that, but because Giant Bravo, the referee, screwed over Brian Cage. So Brian Cage went to go out to Giant Bravo, and then Taya Valkyrie gives him a low blow. And basically, they get the better of Brian Cage. And then Giant Bravo starts hugging Taya, and Taya's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And then trying to hug Giant Impact, and it's like, "No, don't hug me." And like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'll tell you what this was. This was a Monday Night Raw booking in this fucking modern day era. That made no fucking sense. They literally went to a they went to a Raw level stupidity booking that, to me, in my opinion, made no fucking sense. Oh my fucking god! I couldn't believe what I saw. I still can't believe what I still can't believe what I saw. It's been a week, but I still couldn't believe that they did that. And the explanation why they did it, I'll get to that when I do the next review. But what the fuck? Again, this is why we're in the Raw cap. Because I feel like I was watching a Monday Night Raw segment. A shitty ass Monday Night Raw segment. And Impact Wrestling did it. Now I expect WWE to do this, but here's the thing with WWE. When WWE does this type of thing, you know, I'm used to it because they always do stupid shit anyways. But I expect more than I expect more better Impact Wrestling to do something that makes sense instead of the way they did. They just did right there. I'm telling you, folks. I got a theory. I always had that theory. Someone who used to work for WWE, who used to be a writer for Raw, works for Impact Wrestling back behind the scenes as a writer. That's got to be the explanation of why this bullshit ending made no sense. Holy fucking shit. Wow. And on top of that, Johnny Impact is Johnny B. Trash because he's fucking trash. So, Toma Wrestling for Impact Wrestling, the show from April 12, 2019. 5 matches. And folks, because of that ending, and there were other things to that that made me annoyed about the show, basically. One of them was Falaba. The other one was, Giant Impact with his promo, and then, the main event. And then the whole thing with Tessa Blanchard, with her being criticized by Gail Kim and Don Callis, by the way. I gotta point out Don Callis too, by the way. I also need to point out too, by the way, Tessa Blanchard went in the face of Josh Matthews, and Josh Matthews was like this and everything. And then you know how Tessa Blanchard always attacks staff members in Impact Wrestling. Why couldn't she do that to Giant? I mean, why couldn't she do? Well, actually, I wouldn't mind she would attack Giant be trash, but still. But why couldn't she do that to Josh Matthews? She did it to a timekeeper. She did it to a woman backstage. She did it to a security. Why couldn't she do it to Josh Matthews? But that's another thing on why I hate it too. And on top of that, and for losing to Master Rain again, is why it's what annoyed me too as well. And surprisingly, folks, the one thing that didn't annoy me is what happened with Kier Hogan. With her not getting the better of the fight. Because at this point I really don't care that much anyways. I guess it's one of those things to be patient with Kier Hogan. Because I mean it's been quite a while since I stopped caring about what they do with Kier Hogan. As long as they don't literally bury her, that's that's the least that's the most of my worries, I meant to say. But anyways, but yeah, because of that, basically because of the ending, folks, I'm giving the show a 1 out of 10. I thought about giving this a 0 because that's that bullshit ending. And I still stand by giving it a 1 out of 10. Based on what they did on the next episode of Impact Wrestling, which I'll do that next review when I get a chance. But yeah, there you go, folks. 1 out of 10. That was so stupid. With that being said, thank you all for watching. It's the Natural Born Thriller, saying peace on the streets.